Hi, and welcome to Doctors on TV. And we appreciate your continued support to our program. Just stay tuned mga kasangbahay because we have an interesting topic na maaaring makatulong sa karamihan na nakakaranas ng isang uri ng medical condition, particular sa bahagi ng ating abdomen. Ito ay ang gastric ulcer. And before we proceed to our topic for today, I would like to invite everyone first to follow and like us on social media accounts. Please like and follow our Facebook page at Doctors on TV and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just type youtube.com/@doctorsontv. You can actually send questions and comments sa mga pages na yan. Kaya after liking and subscribing, i-share nyo na din po sa inyong mga friends. And we humbly let our viewers to keep updated dahil mas mainam ang may alam sa mga bagay na karaniwang hindi natin napapansin. Please stay tuned. We will be right back after the short break.
Tulad ng ibang karamdaman, dapat nakahanda tayo sakaling magkasakit ng COVID-19. Ito ang mga dapat isama sa COVID-19 Home Kit. Thermometer, oximeter, pain relief medicine tulad ng paracetamol, gamot para sa dehydration, disposable face masks, sabon at sanitizer, disinfectant spray, disposable gloves. Para sa iba pang mahalagang impormasyon, manood ng Lifesaver dito sa UNTV, your public service channel.
Mga pagkain na makatutulong magpalakas ng immune system, kamote at talbos ng kamote. Ayon sa WHO, mas madaling kapitan ng COVID-19 ng taong mahina ang immune system. Kaya payo ng DOH, kumain ng prutas, gulay at root crops para mapalakas ang immune system. Ang kamote at ang talbos nito ay dalawa sa mga inirekomendang pagkain ng National Nutrition Council. Ang kamote ay isa sa mga pagkain na may pinakamataas na vitamin A. Ang vitamin A ay nakatutulong mapalakas ang immune system, labanan ng impeksyon at para maging malusog ang respiratory system. Ang kalahating tasa o 100 grams ng kamote ay sapat para mapuna ng kailangan na vitamin A ng katawan sa isang araw. Ang talbos ng kamote naman ay nagtataglay ng iron at polyphenols na makatutulong laban sa impeksyon. Tandaan na ang tamang pagkain ay makatutulong labanan ang sakit. A reminder from UNTV, your public service channel.
Ang paggawa ng mga kantang papuri para sa ating Panginoon ay pagpapakita ng ating pagmamahal sa Kanya. Manood po kayo ng A Song of Praise Music Festival every Sunday, 7 p.m. here on UNTV.
Different medicines are invented to take care of our heart, but still, laughter is the best medicine. Why? A good laugh causes the tissue of our blood vessels to expand. It could increase blood flow by 20% throughout the body. Stress, on the other hand, constricts our blood vessels and reduces blood flow. Laughter makes our heart's job easier. Try to laugh more often. For more healthcare tips, watch UNTV, your public service channel.
And we have here today our guest doctor, Dr. Frederick Lilin, a gastroenterologist from Makati Medical Center, to elaborate and for us to be able to understand more our topic today. Hi, Doc Freddy. Welcome to Doctors on TV.
Hi, it's my pleasure to be here.
Yes, Doc, thank you. And ito nga po pag-uusapan natin ang tungkol sa gastric ulcer, no? But, of course, siguro maganda magbigay tayo ng konting background on the anatomy and physiology ng stomach. Okay, so para mas maintindihan ng ating mga viewers what gastric ulcer is.
Well, very briefly, and it should be easy to understand, the gastrointestinal tract actually starts from the mouth and it ends with the anus. No? That entire tract is known as the gastrointestinal tract. But today we're going to be discussing the initial part, which is from the mouth, the esophagus, followed by the stomach, and then the beginning of the small intestine.
Yeah.
That's known as the upper part. Okay? And that part is really to initially digest the food that you will eat, and eventually in the lower parts, wherein you will get the nutrition, and in the lower parts, which is already the lower part, or the colon, that's where you start producing the waste product from what you ate. So the upper part is really just the initial digestion.
The digestion. And then the second part will be for the absorption.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. And then yun nga po, sabi nyo, yung last part would be for the waste product production. Okay.
Until
And
you put it all
yeah,
out.
and then here, dito po, pagdating sa stomach, okay, so with regards to our topic today, which is the gastric ulcer na po, usually, paano po nagde-develop? Paano po ba yung, gastric acid secretion dyan? Kasi may kinalaman po dito sa gastric ulcer yung acid production, right, Doc?
That's correct. Acid is produced in the stomach and solely in the stomach, no? We call them acid-producing cells. And that acid is the primary factor that will start and will eventually digest the food that you eat. So
Okay.
it's necessary. Everybody has acid in their stomach. Now, the topic being gastric ulcer is sometimes, and we'll discuss it later, there are certain reasons or factors why that very acid na ginagamit natin na pang-digest ng food
Yeah.
will now become sort of like our enemy, creating what we call simply an ulceration, or in Tagalog, sugat.
Oh, okay. And ito nga, Doc, so nabuksan nyo yan, bakit nga po nagiging some sort of enemy na ngayon yung gastric acid? Kung baga, kaya nangyayari sa ibang mga pasyente ay more than performing its function para ma-digest yung pagkain, okay? So nangyayari, nagkakaroon po ng sugat dito sa loob ng stomach.
Basically, there are just two general reasons. One is simply napakadami ng acid.
Okay.
It might be a very familiar term that people will say, no? The term hyperacidity. Hyper means hyper a lot.
Yeah.
Acid, a lot of acid. You just are producing way too much acid in your stomach that it now is able to, and the second reason being, overcome the defense.
Oh.
So the first one is you produce too much acid. The second reason is the acid, which could be normal in amount, has overcome the defense of the stomach. So if you have those two factors, too much acid or the defense of your stomach becomes weakened,
Yeah.
then you can now produce what we term now as a gastric ulcer.
Okay. And usually po, once nagkaroon na ng gastric ulcer, ganong katagal yung time frame na pinag-uusapan natin before a patient, okay, complains of the manifestations of a patient which has or who has a gastric ulcer?
Okay, if you followed what we said earlier, no, gastric acid is normally produced in everybody's stomach.
Yeah.
So the time frame of producing an ulceration can be short, like a few days to a few weeks, and it can sometimes be over a prolonged period because acid is constantly being secreted. So pag may acid doon and it causes a problem, you can have the symptoms of the disease of gastric ulcer for months.
Okay.
And you can also have it in just a few days or a week. And sometimes the ending of that, the gastric ulcer, is bleeding.
Oh, I see. Okay. Now, Doc, say for example, you mentioned about a patient having hyperacidity. Okay, so ano yung difference na, like, di ba, usually marami po nagko-complain na, naku, sinisikmura ko, ang hapdi ng sikmura ko, para akong may feeling na nagsusuka ng acidic substance. Okay, so does it mean na kapag ganito yung manifestation ng isang individual ay may gastric ulcer na siya, or just basically masyado lang mataas yung acid production in his or her stomach?
When you talk about having a gastric ulcer, at the risk of being technical, no?
Yeah.
The way that you can say somebody has an ulcer, no, is only if you look inside the stomach. And we'll be talking about that in a while, no?
Yeah.
We have an instrument, it's called a gastroscope. We insert it through the mouth, go down the esophagus, then we go into the stomach. And there only can we see a ulcer inside the stomach. That's the only time that you can say that a person has a gastric ulcer.
Oh.
Before that, they may complain, as what you were asking, about usually pain felt in the middle of the gut, right here. It can usually come at the nighttime, you know, when you're sleeping. It usually is sometimes relieved by food, you know, and sometimes it's intermittent and related to some medicines that you could be taking some medicines. And when you have that, we call it, well, simply we call it, you have hyperacidity. And only when you look inside and
That's
you
when,
see that there is in fact a lesion there, that's the time that we say that you have a gastric ulcer.
Okay, so eto mga kasangbahay, kasi di ba lagi pag merong sinisikmura, sabi naku, may ulcer ako. Laging ganyan natin sinasabi. So, we heard it from Dr. Lilin, ano, very, very clear niya in-explain. So, basically, magkakaroon lang ng final or definitive diagnosis of gastric ulcer if masisilip po, no? And yun nga po mga kasangbahay, mamaya po ay kakausapin natin ang ating pasyenteng tinutulungan po, ano. But in the meantime, let's have some tips from nutraceutical practitioner here in Naturally Yours.
Good morning, Doc Sara. Also sa lahat ng ating mga kasangbahay na palaging nakasubaybay sa ating programa. To relate on our topic ngayong araw, alam nyo ba na noong 2020, itinalaga ang second week of March as Philippine Digestive Health Week. Ito ay upang ma-intensify at mas mabigyang atensyon ang pagpapahalaga sa ating digestive health. Dahil ayon sa census, ang mga sakit o komplikasyon kaugnay sa digestive tract ay isa sa mga nangungunang dahilan ng kamatayan ng ating mga kababayan. At isa sa pinaka-common na sakit sa tiyan nating mga Pilipino ay ang stomach ulcer. Kaya naman napakahalaga na malaman natin paano nga ba maiiwasan ang sakit na ito. At sabi nga nila, you are what you eat. Kaya upang maiwasan ang pagkakaroon ng ulcer at ang mga kadahilanan sa likod nito, ang aking ibabahagi sa inyo. Ano nga ba ang ulcer? Ang ulcer po ay sugat sa loob ng ating tiyan. Alam niyo po ba na ang pangunahing sanhi ng pagkakaroon ng stomach ulcer ay bacterial infection? Ito po yung tinatawag na Helicobacter pylori or H. pylori bacteria. Ang mga pagkain po na dapat natin kainin upang makaiwas po tayo sa pagkakaroon ng stomach ulcer ay ang mga pagkain na mayaman po sa antioxidants. Dahil nakakatulong po ito para mapalakas po natin ang ating immune system upang labanan po ang mga infeksyon. Ang ilan po sa mga kailangan nating kainin ay ang broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, at kailangan din po nating uminom ng turmeric tea. Samahan po natin ng 2 kutsarang honey. Napakaganda po ito na natural antibiotic. Napakaganda rin pong kumain tayo ng saging dahil nakakabuo po ito ng protective layer sa ating stomach upang maiwasan po natin ang pagsakit. Gamot din po ito sa ating stomach ulcer. At alam nyo rin po ba na ang pag-inom ng gatas dati po ay nirerekomenda ng mga doktor. Ngunit sa bagong pag-aaral po, ito po ay hindi na maaaring ibigay dahil ang gatas po ay mayroong mataas na content ng protein at calcium na hindi po pwedeng inumin ng taong may stomach ulcer dahil nakakapagpalala ito ng symptoms ng stomach ulcer. Importante din syempre ang pagkakaroon ng maayos na lifestyle dahil nakakatulong ito upang maiwasan ang pagkakaroon ng stomach ulcer. Kumain po tayo sa tamang oras. Huwag po tayong nagpapagutom. Nguyain po nating mabuti ang mga pagkain na ating kakainin. Umiwas din po tayo sa pag-inom ng alak. Umiwas din po tayo sa paninigarilyo. Kung maaari po ay limitahan po natin ang pagkain ng sobrang maaasim at sobrang maaanghang. Pati na rin po ang pag-inom ng mga inumin na mataas ang acid content. Alam niyo po na ang stomach ulcer ay hindi po basta-bastang sakit. Dahil kapag napabayaan po, pwede po itong mauwi sa malubhang karamdaman. At kung magkakaroon ang bawat isa sa atin ng proper food intakes at lifestyle, for sure malaki ang chance na maiwasan natin ang pagkakaroon ng stomach ulcer. Sana ay marami kayong natutunan sa naging discussion natin ngayong araw. Muli po, ako si Dr. Jason Sanchez, your integrative medicine doctor. See you again next week para sa iba pang very informative topics. Because natural is beautiful. Only here at Naturally Yours.
Thank you.